Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Backstone Boxing. Now, man, since Floyd Mayweather started training Devin Haney, man, Gervante Tate Davis has been pretty upset to the point where he said he was going to train in Las Vegas, but he decided he's not going to, and he's gonna stay fighting over there in Detroit, in the East Coast. Now, this is shocking because Floyd has been telling Gervante Tate Davis, man, get out the hood, man. You need to focus on your career and stop playing around now. You only have a limited amount of time to box, right? And me, personally, I think that Floyd Mayweather is making one of the biggest mistakes of his promoter's career, training rivals to Gervante Tate Davis, man. Floyd Mayweather is making a big mistake. Now, training someone else's rival is sort of a big deal in boxing. That's the equivalent of Bob Arum or just whoever's promoting Floyd Mayweather. Like, what if Al Heyman started training Manny Pacquiao if he actually knew what he was doing and he was trying to make him a better fighter? Your own fighter has to fight the guy. Why would you make him a better fighter for? So that is just a conflict of interest what Floyd Mayweather is doing with training a DEVIN Haney, which really doesn't make any sense right now. As far as Floyd Mayweather having DEVIN Haney under his promotion, if you're going to train rival fighters, that's a really bad idea for Floyd Mayweather Jr. At the end of the day, if your fighter fights that guy and DEVIN Haney happens to win, that's going to mess his own money up. So that really doesn't make any sense, right? Furthermore, man, Floyd Mayweather, the guy acts like he didn't have his time when he was a kid and he was, in a strip club and partying all the time like Gervante Tate Davis is. Floyd Mayweather says all the time, there's a time to switch it on and switch it off. And it seems like Floyd Mayweather, when he was partying, was doing it for the promotion. But that's the problem. He was doing it for the promotion. And he was in the middle of a fight camp. But yet he's partying and going to the club. And he was even doing things like eating McDonald's before fights. I mean, the silly stuff, eating trash food, things like that. Floyd Mayweather's doing those kind of things. And he acts like a younger fighter wouldn't do the same thing he was doing. I mean, in fact, wasn't this guy catching charges? I don't think he actually did it, but he was catching charges for beating women. I know he actually didn't do it because there's actually no evidence of it. But still, if Floyd Mayweather was promoting Floyd Mayweather, when he was younger, would be disappointed with himself. So Gervante Tate Davis, man, it's a really bad idea to turn your back on him because he's really, yes, he has the shortcomings and everything and the weight problems, but he's making a big mistake because that's an extremely rare fighter. It's not every day you get a knockout artist like Gervante Tate Davis, because the guy, I mean, he has 23 wins and 22 knockouts, and he's a multi-division world champion, right? That's not normal at all in boxing, especially at the lower weight classes, right? The guy is a small fighter. He came from super featherweight. He's a 3-division world champion right now with basically all knockouts. That's not normal at all. And I think Floyd Mayweather is probably making one of the biggest mistakes of his promoter's career, by turning his back on Gervante Tate Davis by training rival fighters. That's a really bad idea. That's not a good idea. That's not a good look for Floyd Mayweather. Like I said earlier, Floyd Mayweather is promoting himself back in the day when he was a kid. He would be disappointed in himself, just like he's disappointed in Gervante Tate Davis right now. Now, if I were Floyd Mayweather, you better have a talk to Gervante Tate Davis now and saying that, hey man, maybe this is a bigger picture type thing. But yeah, man, I think Floyd Mayweather is making a huge mistake with Gervante Tate Davis. I think Gervante Tate Davis is a phenomenal fighter. I think he's a great fighter. Furthermore, Gervante Tate Davis is a shorter fighter, so it's looking like, right now he's like 5'5.5" or something like that. He's in the lightweight division, and these guys are a lot taller and longer. So that being said, it's gonna be looking like a Goliath versus David type thing, right? And Gervante Tate Davis, why he's a superstar, he's gonna look. It's gonna look more impressive when he comes forward because he's such a smaller fighter, even though he's a knockout artist. So yeah, man, I think this is a really bad idea from Floyd Mayweather Jr. Maybe he's upset because he didn't do exactly what Gervante did. He didn't do exactly what he wanted Gervante to do when he wanted to do it. right? Maybe Gervonta Tank Davis should have got the hood, but like I said, if Floyd's promoting himself back in the day, he wouldn't like his own attitude. Because Floyd Mayweather, you know, when he wanted to promote himself under Bob Arum, what he was doing is, as soon as he got free under Bob Arum, I mean, he was being cocky. He was going to strip clubs. He was throwing money around. It seemed like he was going off the rail. If you're looking at it at the time, it would be shocking. From humble Floyd Mayweather, they call the guy Pretty Boy, to Money Mayweather. You know what I mean? They call him Pretty Boy for a reason, because he was actually humble. He was really hardworking, and he seemed like all he did was be in the gym. But as soon as he got away from Bob Arum, the guy it seemed like his career was going downhill if you just looked at his actions outside the ring, as far as partying, strip clubs, all these women, you know, vacations, you know what I mean? Talk about, I got money this, I got money that. It seemed like his mentality went somewhere else. But it was all, but you know, that was just part of the show. So yeah, man, maybe Gervonta Tank Davis, maybe he's actually living that life too. But I mean, there's different personalities. Everyone can't just be some hardworking guy 24/7, you know, 365. So we're gonna see how this whole thing plays out, man. Will Floyd Mayweather have a talk with Gervonta Tank Davis, man? We will see. But I think Floyd Mayweather is making a big mistake by training rival fighters of Gervonta Tank Davis. Maybe Gervonta would start taking the sport seriously. Then maybe he might get more dangerous. You know, if Floyd Mayweather starts training your rival and you're actually the world champion and you're doing great, and then Floyd Mayweather starts training people who trying to beat you, you know, what would you do? Would you actually train harder? If this didn't spark Gervonta Tank Davis to be a better fighter, I don't know what did. But Gervonta Tank Davis could come out even better after this thing, with this DEVIN Haney, Floyd Mayweather situation, this fiasco. So yeah, man, you know, you could have actually woke up the sleeping monster, Gervonta Tank Davis. Maybe he might actually come out even better fighter. And it's sort of hard to do that when you have 23 wins and 22 knockouts. But can Gervonta be better? Yes, he probably can. You know, there's things he can do better. Maybe fight shorter better, because he's pretty good at boxing on the outside. But maybe he needs to know how to close the distance, because, like I said earlier, he's a small fighter, bro. He's a small lightweight. He's a small fighter, and he's gonna be fighting guys who are gonna be taller. You're gonna know how to control the distance. So he's gonna have to know how to get inside, and those are things he can work on. But let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Do you guys think Floyd Mayweather is making a big mistake by training a rival fighter, DEVIN Haney? Do you guys think Gervonta Tank Davis can actually be a better fighter? I think so, man. I think so. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace. Geoboxing Empire.